having some trouble with my mic, guys. Welcome into the show. We don't really let anything trip us up too much around here. You're watching the only show ever presented by ShotQuality's Live Data. Of course, we're going to be hanging out here with Max Hofmeyer, Alec, Musa. Guys, how are you today on this fine Tuesday? 3 WNBA games going right now. Max, how you feeling on this lovely evening?
Yeah, doing great. 3 games, and we finally got them all, going on at the same time. Normally they're kind of staggered, different parts. Now this is kind of, back to our roots, to that college basketball. All those games are on the same schedule, so let's make some money.
Moose, we got the front page open here where if people don't know, they can come and sign up for the email on the pick of the day, which is Skylar Diggins-Smith to go over 14.5 points. We'll be sweating that out today. Did you happen to tail me today, Moose?
I did not. Busy day, and I'm lazy on
get him off the show.
Honest, I'm going to shoot you straight. What am I going to do? Sit here and lie to the people? That's how you know we're transparent here.
Dude, it's so easy. The email goes out and everything.
I know, but the sad part too is it's like, why wouldn't you tail? What's the play of the day? Like 140 and like 100?
132 and 92. So 40 games above 500, and it's on the blog every single day. If it's a free day, which it is today because we missed yesterday, it's always on the blog. So Skylar Diggins-Smith over 14.5 points. We're sweating it out right here with you guys through the end of the third quarter of the games tonight. But let's go check out what I consider the best page we've ever created, the best tool we've ever created here on ShotQualityBets.com, which is, of course, the Live Score Center, the multi-view, where you can take a look at everything that's going on within each individual league. No Sabrina tonight for the New York Liberty. The line dropped like a rock, guys. This thing was opened around 12.5. I think maybe a little smidge at 13, but all the way down to 9.5 with Sabrina being out. Maybe a little bit of an overreaction. The Liberty don't seem to be having much problem with Dallas right now. The Sparks leading the Sun, but that might be an interesting spot for us to get in on our first bet of the day, guys, because the Sun are expected to be winning this game by 6 points, and they're a little bit cold right now. So let's go tap into that one. Max, what are you feeling? Is this already a place where maybe you're looking to get in on Connecticut here as they start the second quarter?
Oh, were we talking Sun or were we talking Wings? I'm sorry. You started off talking.
Sorry, no, I switched. I zigzagged on you. We're talking Sun because they're the one that have a potential for a play right now. We go back to that multi-view. Wings, they're expected to be losing by essentially the same amount that they are. So not maybe the same possibility for a play, but tap into this Connecticut versus LA game. Definitely a spot here. Moose, Max, either one of you guys thinking of backing the double cold team off to a slow start?
No, I like this a lot because the Sparks, they're definitely, I think we have them at 12th in a lot of categories here. They just haven't been great. They're on the road too. Hot start. I'm looking at 9.5 right now. It's a little higher than I was hoping. It's a 2-point game, but
game closed 14. Game closed 14. I think that's a pretty good price. All right, first bet of the day. Let's go. What are we doing?
It's my button, Justin.
Is your button. I am sorry for trying to help. I won't do that.
But yeah, the number I'm in on is a 9.5 official number.
All right. Nice. So, of course, we track every single play made here on BetCast. You can follow along really easily by going to ShotQualityBets.com/BetCast. The link to the score sheet is attached to every single episode link. Just click on Read More, link to spreadsheet, and it's the same link every week. So if you've ever been to it, you can usually just type in like BetCast 8/20, and it'll just take you right there in your most recent saved links in your browser. Max puts in his first play of the day. Of course, all plays half unit unless noted. And whenever we lock in our first play of the day, we have to tell you a little bit about our sponsors here at ShotQuality Live BetCast. SQLive BetCast is officially presented by SportTrade. SportTrade offers an elite basketball betting experience. There's no delay on your in-play betting lines. That's right. No spinny wheel tight lines, and instant text support available in New Jersey, Colorado, and Iowa. Coming to Arizona soon. Sporttrade encourages you to play responsibly. You can get 10% cash back on every bet in your first week, up to $300 cash back, plus 1 free month of ShotQualityBets data. Simply sign up for Sporttrade using code SQB and bet $100 on any basketball market. Really easy way to get some value on what is already really valuable lines, especially compared to what you'll see in the market, guys, because again, you usually get, like right now, baseball season, 8-cent baseball lines over at Sporttrade. Pretty good. WNBA, a little bit more scarce on the exchange. Of course, that is mostly determined by who is offering the liquidity for those bets, and you can learn a little bit more about betting exchanges and more. We're going to have the CEO of Sporttrade, Alex Kane, coming on in the next week or so here on the show to talk a little bit about it. If you have any questions, feel free to hit us up. Pretty straightforward stuff. Now, we got our bet in on the Sun, so if you're tailing Max there, you got a nice 9.5. Pretty big opening start here for the Liberty, who are up 15, only expected to be up 10. Let's tap in and see how that one's going. Maybe looking for a player or two who's cold. Wow, Breanna Stewart actually coming in cold, even though she's got 10 points, guys. What do you make of that?
Guess her line right now, by the way. Sorry, I was looking at it, taking her over as well. Guess what her line is?
24.5.
But 30.
You won't believe it. It's so high. It's ridiculous.
Just threw out a
30.
45.
Yeah. 30 is a little high to take that over.
81.5 in honor of Kobe. No.
I mean, she scored 10 points in 10 minutes. I think she could put up another 20 in 30 minutes is essentially what they're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know, Max. It just 30 for even money right now is for her to score another 20 points in this game. She always kind of goes off when she starts hot. I think this might honestly be a play we take. If ShotQuality is saying she should have even more, am I crazy for taking Breanna Stewart over to get the 30 points at even money right now? Is that crazy?
I wish I had that 22.5. I wish
you
I
see
got
my
that
face right now. Well, you should be able to.
I can see your face. I keep it up the whole time, Moose. I can see you shaking your
beautiful
head.
mug.
You don't think I should take that bet? You don't like it?
No, I'm saying yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were vigorously.
It was a no
shaking
to the question because the question was.
Oh, am I crazy? You're right. It was a negative. Yeah, it was. You're right. I'm making sure other books aren't also giving me live player props. It does still look like we're only really able to get these types of lines over here on DraftKings on the alt points live. But honestly, guys, that's a step up from where we were a couple weeks ago with the WNBA before the break, where we didn't even have many places offering competitive lines here. I'm going to do it. Breanna Stewart to get the 30 points. Even money. Let's lock it in. My first play of the night. I like it. I do like it. I think there's a good chance she can do this. Shot quality, expecting her to have 13, meaning that even with 10 points scored, the shots taken, honestly, should be creating more. I don't think they're going to go away from her. I do think the Wings will get back in this game a little bit. So I think that hopefully will mean she continues to take shots. If Jonquel Jones wasn't starting so hot, I would like that one too, but we don't really have that offered. As for the games, let's go check back on the full slate. I love having multiple games at once. I love having more than two, right? Like 2 at once is a little bit like, okay, I can keep my eye on everything. But once we start getting 3, 4, 5 games, it starts getting to the point where there's so much going on that you can only look in so many places at once. So I'll need your help tonight, guys. And of course, you guys in the audience, if you have any questions about plays, please just throw them in the comments here. We'll do our best to keep track of them. I don't think we get them on Twitter. So if you're watching on Twitter and you don't mind coming over to YouTube, if you want to lay your comments down and chat with us, it's a little easier. But hey, enjoy the ride, enjoy the show. Thank you all for tuning in. We're here every Monday and Thursday, as long as there's games. So no games yesterday. We push to a better day. We're probably doing the same thing for this week. No, only 1 game on Thursday. So we're going to be here Friday evening, a little 8 p.m. Eastern, no friends show. So that's only if you have no friends. on a Friday night. But yeah, no, it's obviously come hang out with us. But no, it should be fun, and the grind never stops when you have data.
Well, you could sit at the bar and put the bet sheet up on your phone and just see what we're taking.
I can't record. Well, you guys can. Well, I can't.
Yeah, I'm talking to the no friends crowd.
Sure,
or the
sure,
friends
sure.
crowd.
That's us. That's us.
We're their friends.
Right. Exactly. All right. So Dallas Wings back into it a little bit. That was a 15-point game just 5 seconds ago, guys. It is now an 8-point game. So ShotQuality had it expected to be a 10-point game, and now it's expected to be a 7-point game. So we might have missed a little window of opportunity there, but good to see.
The highest that spread got was 17.5. It's sitting at about 12.5 now. I was waiting for 20, just with Sabrina being out. I think this game lands in the teens somewhere. So
okay, it looks like Stewie might have sat. Her number has jumped to plus 125 for 30, but I still like it. Could have just waited to get a better number. I'm a little cold on the show, by the way, guys. So no shame in saying that. We've had plenty of hot runs. Musa's hot. I don't know if you guys know
I was waiting. I was patiently waiting.
You're what? You're 5-0 across the last 2 shows. Haven't missed a play. So if you guys are waiting for the best plays on the show, as you're waiting for Alec Musa. Sorry, sir.
I got this.
To push his button. Max, you've been running all right. You had some nice takes there. Had a couple good plays in the last show. But yeah, I'm a little cold. So we keep it a buck. We track everything. Every single sheet is cataloged, and we'll have everything for a brand new tracking sheet in season 2. Pick of the day tracking sheet is coming. We have all those plays logged too. We're just it's a small team. So nonetheless, we got some good games here though. Which one do you want to talk about, Moose? Since we're all waiting on bated breath for your pick.
Let's go with the Storm Mystics just because it's the closest on the shot quality numbers. But I mean, there's got to be something in here, right? We got an ice for Seattle. So scrolling on down, we got one player that's hot actually, which is
Tolson again. She went 6 for 6 from 3 in her last game. I almost took her under. I'm glad I didn't.
And then always open up. I mean, if you can line shop. But DraftKings for me still is the go-to when it comes to picking player props in game.
That's
and
true.
The Storm Mystics. I mean, there's no side here. There's definitely no side here unless you're. I know. Max is big on the whole like shot quality, points per possession, good shot, bad shot. I know it's pretty low for the Storm. What is that point?
Bad shots.
A lot of bad shots on both sides right now. But yeah, the Storm are not taking good shots.
Anything on that, Max? You like it?
Stewie's back on the floor, by the way, and she just scored 2 points. So there you go.
Yeah.
Instant.
Not phased.
Yeah, a lot. That's a lot of bad shots. A lot of threes. I'm a little hard pressed. It's a 4-point game right now. Expected to be a 7-point game.
Ariel Akins, I could go back to the well, but honestly, she is 4 for 4 actual 4 shot quality scoring. Again, it's all points live, and it's only a couple players. Like, there's not many options here. So
yep. We don't force anything around here. We try to make sure we're picking things that line up with the shot quality data. Of course, if you're new to SQ and you're wondering what the hell is all this, ShotQuality Score is essentially a proprietary algorithm that calculates the expected score of every shot within the minute and adds it all up so that we can understand what the score is calculated to be based on the shots taken and not necessarily just from the luck of if a shot falls or if it doesn't. And a lot of times those two numbers are very close to each other because the algorithm is very good, and because it's so good and because it's so often close to each other, we can trust it when it's not, right? We can trust it so that when we see a game that is different from what shot quality expects, we know that shot quality is more likely to be accurate than what the regular score, or the actual score, the story that it's trying to tell. So right now, for example, we have a 25-25 game between the Sparks and the Sun. But guys, we have a expected total that's a good, 9 points higher. Do we maybe consider a little bit of an over here as these teams struggle to hit the shots in the last few minutes? Maybe a little chance to get in on this pace of play where shots aren't falling doesn't necessarily mean that they aren't taking the shots needed to go towards that over. Max, what do you think?
Yeah, it's right in that range. I already got the Suns, so like if I want them to come back and cover, I'm gonna need some points. So it feels kind of correlated. I'm gonna hold.
It seems
on
like the game
total.
to bet, to be honest with you guys.
Yeah,
I think I like it right there. Both teams in the ice. Suns struggling a little bit. We know they have the offensive firepower right now on this team. The over is currently live at 152, closed 158.5, so a slight discount on the closing number. Definitely have run into a little bit of a hiccup here in terms of the scoring. I'm going to lock it in on the over. 152.5, Sparks and the Sun. Let's go. I like it. I like it. My second play of the day. Lock that in.
I'm getting very close to joining you on it, to be honest with you.
I like
See
hearing
how the
that.
last couple minutes play out, but this could very well be a play. Dewana Bonner as well. If I can get a live line, that'd be wonderful.
Yep. Is she available on those alt lines right now?
Oh, weird. Draft. That's the only game that has no
nobody
player
is. Yeah,
right,
nobody is.
They don't feel good about it.
They know that we know that they know that we know that's a good play.
They know that we know that they know that we know.
Which makes
that
them
we
know.
know.
Yeah. Trust me. It makes sense.
I mean,
it makes sense.
So we do here. We make sense. It's a WNBA show that we're live betting the WNBA.
Max, was there anything on there before you said they didn't like? Have you checked the Sparks Suns for anybody, or they just?
No, I haven't seen anything. I don't think they've had market the entire game.
It looks like the total. Looks like the total's already shot right back up to 157.5.
Yeah, they scored 8 points in the time that we
instantly
did the
scored.
Thing.
Woo! It's the Musa bump. Oh wait, no, you didn't get that in.
He didn't get it
in.
But
I said I was leaning towards it.
It's back
for those
to
that I've only seen the WNBA shows, the Olympic shows, and the NBA playoff shows. They don't know how crazy college basketball ones are, and how many times me and Justin do that where it's Justin locks in, I go, oh, I might do it, and I eventually not. I never do it because it's the number goes in his favor 10 seconds in. But who's complaining? Nobody.
But hey, we're also not complaining about the Breanna Stewart lines that are still available, plus 105 to get to 30. She has 14 points in the first half with 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Pretty safe to say. The biggest concern here is if she'll play deep into this game, right? If you think the Liberty run away, you're probably not taking that number. If you think this game stays kind of close, there's no Sabrina Ionescu on the floor tonight for the New York Liberty, and you think they're going to need Breanna Stewart till the end of this game, you probably like it. I mean, the minute I saw that Sabrina out indication, I was like, man, I wish I took the 20.5 that it was sitting at earlier today.
Yep.
And honestly, even 22.5, probably not a big enough bump for Stewie when Sabrina's out. So, yeah, interesting one there too. So this one, slight lean towards the over, nothing crazy right now. Back here as well. Still a good over opportunity with this one 9 points higher in terms of what's going on with Sparks and Suns. So the 156.5 on the over, even though we just played 152, if you want that 156, still a decently supported play, maybe a little less so now with the Sparks hitting a shot and getting out of the cold zone. We don't have alt live point lines here for the ladies, the women, for the Sun and the Sparks, so nothing we can do in terms of that game on player props. And then, of course, we have the Mystic and the Storm right now. Storm running away a little bit. Skylar Diggins-Smith up to 9 points in the first half, guys. Feeling good about my pick of the day, which is going to move to 3-2 since we return if we get this one in. I'm not mad about that. That Kennedy Carter L was just annoying because she was sick and the data doesn't really understand that, and I probably should have gone a different direction, and kind of on me, but I'm still feeling pretty good.
Speaking of the Sky, though, did you happen to see on our last show, double dipped on the Sky at I think like 22 and 20.5,
and they won
and it was
20.
No, yeah. So I got it by the hook, and they were down 22 on that last possession, made a shot, stopped the game. perfect.
Right. It was literally about as perfect as it could have been. And
Yeah.
I think it was one of our players who got that last shot to push someone into another win as well. So it went about as well as it could have. We've seen Stephanie Dolson cool down a little bit here. We're looking at Storm Mystics. This one's expected to be an 11-point game. It's actually a 12-point game. So both teams a little cold. Nothing crazy to write home about here. And while that might be boring, we don't mind that because it means that shot quality is doing its job, right? Like we want no colored number there. We want it to be white because that means everything's accurate and it continues to show that shot quality's algorithms are accurate to what's actually going on the floor, which means when you do see a nice cold signal here, like it's still going on between the Sparks and the Sun. I mean, this thing, the total's still 155, and you can still see shot quality expecting a lot more points. I'm not gonna double dip. I'm not gonna double dip, but I will be watching to see if there's a spot to do so. We do have the Wings nearing in on the New York Liberty here, which again is really nice for our Stewie prop. My Stewie prop. You took that too, Max?
No, but I should have grabbed the 17.5. I got greedy and thought it would keep getting ugly. But
yeah, I think without Sabrina, I don't think it's gonna get ugly. I mean, we've seen it in the W. Guard play really matters, and I would argue that Sabrina's the guard in the league right now. So missing her is a big deal, even when you have Jonquel Jones.
See the face I'm making.
Well, that line dipped.
Who's the better guard in the WNBA, Musa? Who's the better guard in the WNBA?
Who? Sabrina and who?
Who's the better guard than Sabrina in the
Nobody.
W?
There's nobody.
No, she's probably the second best guard.
Well, you asked, and I gave an answer. Clark, the best player.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that was Trinity Carter, bro. Who knows? You got to be careful.
Isn't that 2K? And yeah, okay.
No, both.
I was just trying. Okay,
but no. I think if you put Sabrina in the scenario that Caitlin Clark was in terms of like the usage and the options around her, Sabrina would go even crazier than what.
You make a good point too, because everyone talks about. I mean, Caitlin Clark was a phenomenal college player. What most points ever between men's and women's, but dude, like Sabrina Ionescu was like the most talked about player when she was at Oregon, right?
Yeah,
it was absolute dog.
Absolutely. I think they're winning it all. Honestly, I really do. I think it's the Liberties to lose this year.
There's something funky about the Aces. Like on defense, they're just like not. I just don't like.
I saw a tweet, and I know this is your girl here, Moose, but I saw a tweet that was like, Kelsey Plum can't guard a ball rack.
Yeah, she can. Yeah.
Well, I'd hope.
She's in there for offense. She's a 3-point demon.
Of course. She's a shooter.
Cook.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we
get
know
a little
what
complacent when you win 2 years in a row.
It's hard to repeat, dude.
Maybe they turn it into another gear. When the postseason comes around. So you never know.
Maybe.
Real question is, what do I get on here? I'm waiting.
What are you betting on, Musa?
I'm waiting on the 2 more minutes of the Liberty to paint a clearer picture for me, but it's either going to be the Liberty on the spread, sans Sabrina, or it's going to be jumping with you on the Stewie over. One of the two. Because I mean, I can't get the DeWanna Bonner over. So
I wish that'd be a nice one. And again, there are some sites out there that do have it. Wow, Wings make it a 4-point game, and it's expected to be a 9-point game. We might.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm looking at in these last couple of minutes, right there.
I have a good buy spot for the Liberty here to win by 10. It's gonna be interesting.
But if that shot quality score starts to get a little closer, then I think the plays on Brianna Stewart even more, because there goes the blowout factor. Unless it's a huge third quarter, and you'd like to think she has a big part in that. So,
and how are the standings? I think there's the WNBA. How many games do they play?
A lot. No, not a lot.
They had 15
40
more
games
after the break. I think.
So it's 40 games per team, right? So that checks out, right? Because 28 games played for the Liberty right now would mean about 11 games after this one. That sounds about right. Getting close. And again, the records, the standings right now, the Liberty do have a good lead. So dropping this game wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But the Sun are kind of right there. And I would imagine they want to try to take first place into the playoffs. So yeah, they're playing really well. And this is a really dominant showing. You can see the record luck here, just shot qualities kind of saying like, yeah, they're just kind of dominating. Maybe getting a little lucky, hitting some tough shots, that whole type of thing. But I don't know. I don't really see the Liberty settling here. It's right back to a 7-point game. Let's go tap back.
I'm giving up on the DeWanna Bonner thing. It's not going to show up. It's going to come down to this one game.
Musa, I'm waiting for halftime of this Mystics game to get back on Atkins over. She's still on 4 points. 12 plus is like minus 170 right now, and 15 plus 150. Hoping that goes down a little if she doesn't score in this.
Isn't there someone else they're offering other than Atkins? Isn't there one other person?
Yeah, Jewel Lloyd on the Storm. But someone's got to score on this Mystics team. Don't have many options.
Don't have any options for bets. It's tough. It's tough betting on the WNBA, guys, especially live. And we are doing everything we can to find options here. Stewart still sitting at that even money to get the 30 points here as we get close to halftime. I like seeing it not spiking up to that plus 125 again, likely because with it being a bit of a tighter game, it's back to a 9-point game. I guess the fears for sitting are dwindling more and more. All right, Jonquel Jones, though, up to 12 points. It looks like it's going to be her and Stewie leading the charge here. I wish we had a Jonquel line.
Lame.
Man, I swear every time Jonquel Jones gets hot, she stays hot. That's she's like one of the most impressive like microwave types I've ever seen in terms of like maintaining that level. So
yeah, that's the game I got on my one monitor is that game, and there's just nobody that can guard her inside. She's a beast.
I mean, she's one of the big reasons that I think that you could see the Liberty cover a live line tonight, even without Sabrina. Mm-hmm. Currently sitting 10.5, which is around where it closed. It closed 9.5. You can get minus 10.5 for minus 125. So Liberty maybe doing a little bit better than what the market thought they would look like without Sabrina tonight. Still got plenty of game left. We are just getting to the halftime of our games here on ShotQuality Live BetCast, where we use this cool thing, the ShotQuality Live Score Center, to take a look at the games going on as they're happening, evaluating the expected score in the minute to give you a unique way to live bet. Of course, every single game for the WNBA, the NBA, college basketball, both men's and women's are available with this technology. The program, the software, whatever you call it, is available via ShotQualityBets.com. We have great pricing available for the rest of the WNBA season. And, of course, the NBA returns in late October. We'll be back with college basketball in November. We'll be here 3 times a week with the show and plenty more meat. All right, Max. What do you got?
This ought to be rich. I know what it is. It's Atkins.
I took Atkins 15-plus points. And here's why. Well, I wanted to anyways. But if you scored a basket, 6, and then they moved the number on the 12-plus points. They moved it from minus 170 to minus 240, but then they didn't move the 15-plus. So I just bet it. Okay. Oh, now they moved it. Okay.
But you got it beforehand.
150.
You see what I'm doing in my head. You got it beforehand.
Oh, okay.
Like the dog doing the math.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's me at all times, actually.
I know.
We're on the show.
All right, we got some half times. We are here at the halftime. 30 minutes into the show. We'll hang out with you guys for about another 15, 20 minutes or so. Try to get through the third quarter there in a couple of these games. We started a little early today. Try to get in while the getting's good, honestly, an important part of doing this here, we have a live total of 157.5 right now for the Los Angeles Sparks Connecticut Sun game, which is pretty good considering, we got I played over 152.5. We're feeling nice there. And Shot Quality still expecting more points there, guys. Is this where we double dip again? 76.5, which is, again, well on our way to that 152. But Shot Quality expecting almost 90 points. I'm going to do it. I'm going to shop for the line a little bit. I'm going to see what type of halftime lines are out there.
That was a good stretch, though, for my Sun ticket, though. I like that they took a little bit of a lead here because it was tied for, 90% of this first half.
Yeah. It was. All right, over. Best line. FanDuel currently offering a 154.5 minus 115. I'm going to go double check and confirm that my aggregation software is currently correct.
I'm seeing 156.5 minus 120 to the over on DraftKings. That's
so my aggregation software is not correct. Thank you. Yeah, no, not available. 157 minus 106. Looks like, okay, let me go check out, see if Caesars is holding that 155 minus 115. Again, it is worth shopping, especially at the halftimes when the games kind of quiet down for a second. Try to get every cent of value. If you're new to betting, if you're new to the W, if you're new to the math, every cent counts. American odds are formulated in such a way that it sounds like it's nothing, but it's actually 3% of your return on investment. It's a little important, but all right. I see it. 157 there too. All right. I said I was going to lock it in. I'm going to lock it in. I'm going to just go check my offshore and see how that's looking as well. But feeling good. This is definitely a shot quality angle here in terms of the over again for a second time. That's where my conviction's at right now, guys. A second dip at half after already playing. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get that 157.5 minus 115 twice on my sheet already for the Sparks and the Sun to go over in the second half.
I need a play, and this seems like my only option. I hate to say it, but it really does.
Kind of wild, right? This is the one.
I'd like to know our records on double dips. Thinking out loud, I feel like we've done really well on them.
That's a Justin move more than anything.
It's definitely served me well. I'll tell you the truth. It is.
Where'd you get over what?
157.5 minus 1.
Over 157.5 minus 110. Sparks Suns. I'm gonna lock that in as my. I think this is gonna be my only play. I'm
minus
sorry,
110 too. Let's go. Let's go. You need a button push, Moose. Yeah. Hit it on.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man. And you gotta play something. This is close to the 15 points of value. Plus, it's a close game. Shot Quality thinks it's a close game. You got between the two teams 3 ice face emojis. It's good enough for me. I'm with it. Plus, you double dipped, and Max was like, "Oh, I think our double dip record's pretty good." That's what you sound like, Max. I was like, "Okay, we'll go ahead and jump on that."
Don't do him dirty like that, bro.
Nah, he sounds way manlier and cooler.
Wow, yeah.
I did what I had to do. I feel good. Max, you're on this, right?
No, I'm not.
Now it's time.
Well, I can't justify. Okay, so here's my thing about the double dip. Is usually the second line is much better than the first.
Yes, usually the second line is better, but today it's actually worse, but the edge is better. So while we might have a worse number,
I get what he's saying. I've done that plenty of times in the college shows.
Right. It happens plenty. So what? All right, we got a squad ride. So everybody just hammer the under because we are toast. No, but here's what happened. So essentially, I got that number at 152. The pace picked up. Right, so it jumps up to 157, 158 pretty quick. But shot quality is essentially saying here that expected the scoring to even be more than what pushed it higher, right? So it's like we got a good time, but now we have an even better time, even though it's already in our favor. So you won't see a lot of people who bet live do this type of thing where it's like, oh, the line is technically less in our favor. But again, these are independently placed plays, right? The 157 has nothing to do with the 152. There is an edge on it. We play it. We trust the data. Long term, it has kicked ass. I mean, guys, we were close to 60% on this show in college. And it definitely has been a little worse outside of college basketball. But, I mean...
I'd also like to think you and I, and Max especially, like, college basketball's our thing. That is our thing.
I mean, look.
We know all basketball, but college basketball is, I mean...
Dude, come on. We don't even have the time to think when we're sitting here, though. It's not, as much as it's like us and maybe having a little bit more of like a better understanding of maybe the teams to stay away from.
Well, no, not to bet on IUPUI. Yeah,
sure, exactly. But is there an IUPUI of the WNBA? I don't know. There's only 12 teams. But I think what it really is the data, right? We're able to, in a heartbeat, pick out a spot where we know there is maybe more value than what is just on the screen. The entire premise of shot quality data is to be able to best the result bias that you get from people observing the score and just believing that to be the best descriptor of the game state and what's actually going on. It's not true. There is so much luck cooked into every single shot that you want a little bit more of a median expectation, something that is based on the process. And shot quality's algorithms are, of course, based on how good every player is at taking various shots. And then as the data comes in, we run it through our own database of how good they are and how good they are when they're guarded and how good they are when they're off specific actions. And so, we know that Breanna Stewart is getting good shots from within 6 feet and give her more credit for that even when she misses. So then, you come over here, you go to the thing. Okay, she has 14 points, but shot quality expects her to have 18. So then we can feel a little bit better about taking it over. That's the long or the short of it, folks. So we do that for every single game we can. Of course, this is available for every single basketball game, professional and college. Well, American professional and college.
What about
What
about this Mystics over?
Ooh.
I don't think anybody got in on this one.
Wow.
Not enough for me, big dog.
What? Not enough. 12 points. So that's enough. That's enough.
But I didn't mean to say it like that. More so blowout factor.
I'm not worried about it.
I am. That always kept me away in college. It was a blowout factor.
So I think I'm so not worried about it that this is a
triple
double.
Down?
It's a double play.
We're
gonna go Washington.
Okay.
Look, I have about 15 units in play tonight across two sports, so I don't care tonight, guys. Like I have so much risk.
Only 15.
Only 15.
Yeah, seriously.
I've got 15 on the W tonight.
He's got 15 on the Seattle Storm. He just didn't tell you. Money line.
Hey, that's looking good. But plus 14.5 for the currently flailing Washington Mystics. Expected to only be losing this game by 8 instead of the 14 that they are down by. I think that is a nice spot to get in on them by. Again, if you consider that the shot quality score is more accurate, right? They're down 14, the line's 14. So currently Vegas is projecting them to basically tie the rest of the way home. But shot quality thinks they should be doing a little bit better. So maybe they'll actually get back into it a bit. And I like that.
Yeah,
and
a little bit better, but not like, yeah.
But it's the thing is that there's so much less time, Musa, that I feel like, we're very adjusted to the NBA where it's like, all right, that's not enough points. We're even more adjusted to college where honestly, there can be more offense than what we get in the W. And so, yeah, I do think this is a nice spot to get in there. And as you see on the bottom of your screen, Max so kindly putting it down, over 155.5 as well here. This game going a lot slower on both sides of the ball here, specifically the Mystics. So maybe that Mystics team total, if you want to extrapolate and only take one bet there instead of the double, that would essentially be the same thing to me. So let's go Mystics. I think, there's usually value taking the dog that's kind of getting beat. People tend to like to take the team that's winning. So we'll see how that goes. I'm already feeling good about my other plays. Stewie's going to be close, but got to get some meat on the bone, guys. That we need this card to be sizable enough where we can have some fun sweating it out. So I got
Mystics. I'm with you on that one.
All right, let's go. Feeling good. I appreciate that you're on this one with me here, Max.
Not the over though. I don't know. Even though that's the better play, I like both these defenses and I don't like their offenses. So that's just me using now, like we said with college, when there's 300 whatever teams, you don't, I've kind of been paying attention a little more closely to just the 12 teams in here. So I'm going with the just taking the points, 14.5.
Let's go. I like it. I'm there.
Hopefully
with you.
You hit them both.
Hopefully we hit them both. That's right. That's the correct mindset to have. Hopefully we hit them all. But all right, we are here live on ShotQuality Live BetCast, of course, presented by our friends over at Sport Trade. Make sure you check out at Get Sport Trade. Honestly, I've been enjoying using the exchange. It's a lot of fun, especially on the markets where it's a little bit more available. Of course, WNBA is a little difficult. This is one of the most immature, youngest markets in betting right now in terms of what's available. Kind of fun to be a part of it while it's so small. In 3 or 4 years, we're going to be looking back at these shows where there was nothing available in the W, and it was still, just budding in its growth with Caitlin Clark. Now in her 4th year, winning her second back-to-back MVP. Haley Van Lith and Paige Bucher is all in the league now. Like, W's going places. It's not a bad time to get in and start learning how this market works. I've been honestly, interestingly impressed with the sharpness of the closing line value. I think, weirdly enough, you can kind of chase steam in the W. I don't know if you guys have felt that way too, but I feel like, when you see a line moving, the sharps usually know what they're doing. So when the books are respecting a move and are changing those lines, I've done pretty well, taking what is the now worst line against it or into the steam. So something to watch for.
For the record,
and I took 157.5 over on your 152.5.
Wait, whoa. I mean,
kinda.
I guess.
For the record, though, Justin is not saying go out and chase steam in any sport you bet.
No,
I think that's just been a theme this year.
I think it's just the W right now. And I think, look, there are definitely plenty of people who have a mastery of reading the tea leaves of market movement, but that's what it is at the end of the day. It's reading tea leaves. It does not really have, a mathematic basis. It's almost like, economics. It's trying to understand a market. So it doesn't always, just because the price goes up at one point doesn't mean it will continue to go up. And just because the price comes down doesn't mean it will continue to go down. But sharps are wrong all the time too. So if you could just chase steam all day, we'd all be on a beach. But maybe we can in the W. I'll keep reporting back. I was looking at a couple of those plays today. I've been making some notes and tracking some things and a couple of notebooks of mine. So, I'll make a video and hold up my plays here and tell you my hair looks good and maybe fly out to BetCast and tell you guys about the chili dogs. So I don't know how many people will understand that reference, but if you do, I appreciate you. Nonetheless,
Sonic likes chili dogs, like the hedgehog.
No, we're talking about a different video game character. All right. Looks like the games are just about to get underway here. We have the Liberty and the Wings game getting back to the tip-off here in the third quarter. we'll hang out for a little bit longer. I know, Moose, if you got to dip out and get out of here without giving us a second play, I understand. We'll try to get you guys another couple plays. But
I get a couple more minutes. I should be able to get the start of this Sparks Suns game.
Come on, at least give us another 2-0 or something.
Come on, dude. No, if he goes 1-0, I'm not going to be mad, Max, because if he hits his 1, I hit my 2. So I don't care. He can do whatever he needs to do.
And it would even it out 6-0 in the last 3 shows. 2, 4, 6.
There you go.
Even though he made fun of me, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and root against him because I'm on the over too. It's a squad ride.
It's a squad ride. It'll always be a squad ride. All right. It looks like the over in LA and Connecticut actually came down to 156 while at the break. So maybe someone out there is fading us a little bit. I don't hate it. I think
they're 4 seconds in. I don't know what happened in those 4 seconds that really.
Oh, has it already started?
It down.
Oh, Brianna Stewart makes a 3 to open the half. Come on.
There you go.
That's big money. We talked about her a lot, guys. Whenever she has big games, she really has big games, right? Like she has that propensity to like really kind of pop off, and then when she goes under her scoring lines, it's always just by a bit. So like her average is pretty accurate, but she consistently goes under, and her points prop to just play it over is actually not been profitable this season. Just like hard tailing, hard betting Brianna Stewart's overs. But if you bet her alt overs, she has like a bunch of 28s, a bunch of 25s, and she usually comes in at 19.5. So you can get some pretty good plus money. And the days she does go over that 19.5, she usually gets to 25. So,
and they have so many options on offense. So it's like whoever's doing well, they're just going to run. They're going to run plays to those people. Exactly. Whether it's her or Jones.
Yep. So she's at 17 now. We need 13 more to cash that one home. Arike having a good game. We don't get many under opportunities here, so nothing to go chase there over on those alt lines on DraftKings, but would be a good spot for a live under if you had access to them. See what else we're looking at. Yeah, a little bit of a cold start there for Sparks and the Connecticut Sun, who are now down to a 154 on the live line. But
yeah, I got some turnovers and some missed free throws. We'll do it to you. But we have a shot in there. So
that's what happens. We'll see how it goes. I'm not too worried yet, but this number obviously continuing to look more and more nice there for us in terms of what we like to see. So if you missed it, if you want it now, that you can get the 152 number that I started off with here, which is, objectively better. But all right, we have a 13.5 point line here for the Liberty and the Wings. Only one cold player. It's Brianna Stewart, who's put in another basket. So only just now 11 points to go with 18 minutes left there for the star of the Liberty. We don't have lines on like any other players. So not really much we can do, huh? It's disappointing. The only players we have in the Storm and Mystics games for alt points right now are Jewel Lloyd, who currently has 8 points on 7 shot quality expected points, so probably not worth much there. And then on the other side, we have Ariel Atkins, who has 6 points, expected to have 8. The only really like appealing line there for her is maybe for her to get 15 at plus 150, but another 9 points in the half feels like a tall task. And honestly, even getting to 12, she just scored a 3. So I'm
perfect. I'm on that 15 plus. There we go.
There we go. That's exactly what you needed. That 12 was, I was going to say, like, if you like the juice, sure, but it was expensive at minus 195. It's drastically changing now. It's minus 235. You're probably feeling okay there, Max. Not like, so. Oh my God, this is so easy. You have plus 150?
Yeah, for a plus 150 play.
Terrible start in the Sun game.
Terrible start. Indeed. We are down to over 150.5. Now they are cold, but a good start for our Washington Mystics, who have brought it down to now plus 9.5.
Atkins another 3. She's already got 12.
Let's go, Max. We like to get a green check on the sheet before we depart. It can be difficult. We've done it each of the last 3 episodes. So one more 3 Ariel Atkins, and we can start to let Musa leave and get back to his regular life as he escapes the shot quality dungeon of despair.
It was Atkins last time too, so maybe she's just
it was
a second half gal.
Yeah. All right. We're at that point. I mean, I feel like we've gotten our exposures pretty well. This gap here is closing, which is what I like to see between the totals, the expected and the actual totals. In terms of what we have on the main view, still plenty of reason to be taking overs in the Sparks and the Sun game. I mean, what do you got?
That over. I wasn't double dipped yet.
What number?
That's fair. It's fair.
150 and a half.
Okay. It's a good number. And again, look, if the data doesn't get it right sometimes, we're going to eat it. That's how it works around here. We trust that data. We go down with the ship, and the ship is saying there are supposed to be more points. So we will ride it, right? I mean, more times than not, we have won. And the nice thing about betting is if you win 6 of every 10, you're going to do very, very well. So we can withstand the losses if we have good data that gets it back over time. We trust it. So even if, you don't like it, we're losing, it's down to 148.5, you idiots. It was 157 and you recommended it. Look, anything can change. It's changed this much in 4 minutes. It can change again. Shot quality data expects there to be more than 20 more points here. The teams are scoring 0.8 points per shot. Shot quality expecting 1.1 points per shot. That's just a dramatic difference. Some very cold field goal percentages tonight. Liberty's starting to run away over here. How's our girl Brianna doing? Okay, 19 still. It's been a little Courtney Vandersloot in the last couple minutes, but no other play there right now. These numbers are still pretty tight to what you want to see.
Wings are getting up to that. They're 15 and a half. They're getting right back up to where I regretted not taking them earlier. But
Yep. I mean that 9.5 for the Liberty was interesting, but shot quality has been saying this game has been accurate, so no shame in not taking those bets. But all right, guys, I think we usually try to keep the show around 45 minutes. Started a little early today, which I think was the right call because I don't know how much more we're getting from these games here tonight. So unless there's a play out here from Max, Moose, everyone.
I think I don't want to talk about it. Not
gonna touch the button. All right, look, Musa. If they don't get to 157, it's all right. You've won 5 in a row. You're allowed.
So we strive for
allowed to go 5 and 1.
ShotQuality Bets, the greatest place to find live player data and team data and cool stuff. And
that's obviously true.
That's my read.
We gotta get you a read, dude. We're gonna have Moose reads. But no, thank you all for tuning in with us for another awesome episode of ShotQuality Live BetCast. We will be back around 8 p.m. There's 3 games tipping off at 7:30 p.m. on Friday night. So, 15, 20 minutes after those get started, tap in here with us wherever you watch your BetCast. You can find everything you need to know, ShotQualityBets.com/BetCast. Read the blog, ShotQualityBets.com/blog for all the picks of the day. Before we get out of here, how's my girl Skylar doing? 11 points. Oh, she's cold. All right, we need 5 points more. 4 points more in the next 2 quarters. I think we're going to be okay for that pick of the day. We'll have another pick of the day tomorrow, the next day, every single day. There's WNBA through the end of the season. There will be a pick of the day from yours truly. We'll be here twice a week until they crown a champion. And, of course, access Shot Quality Bets data whenever just by going to the site, signing up for any membership. There are free live games. There's standard live games. And, of course, every data point is available with a premium membership. This is some of the best data in the world. Some of the sharpest minds in basketball use it to help them make plays just like this using this very data you see on your screen. So good luck. Let's cash a couple plays. And thank you for watching Shot Quality Live BetCast. I'm Justin Perri. It's Max Hofmeyer. That's Alec Musa. And bring in the music. You know what it is. You can keep showing them dancing a little bit. No, see, there's Max dancing. But yeah,
that was off.
I stopped dancing because I went away.
we caught him. We caught him blindsided. But all right, we'll catch you next time. Friday night, 8 p.m. ShotQuality Live BetCast, baby. Thank you.